Well, we're coming off of what we feel like was probably our best performance of the season so far on Saturday, and so we felt good about that. And obviously to start at Alabama, it's always a tough place to play, and they've played an extremely tough schedule, and so we've had very competitive games with them. Seems like forever and ever, and so anyway, would expect tomorrow night to be the same. Again, feel good about our team. We've gotten a little better defensively, so we feel good about that. Our freshmen are growing up a little bit and giving us some better play inside, and so we're hopeful right now. So which I'm sure every team in the league is, and obviously when conference play starts, everything ratchets up and goes up in intensity and significance and all of that. So hopefully we'll be ready for that.
Our first question is from Jerry Tipton of the Lexington Herald-Leader.
Kevin, I'm wondering how shorthanded you are and how you try to compensate for that.
Well, we've got 10 guys, and we try to compensate by not getting anybody hurt, and so that's we've already had one significant injury, and so our guys don't get any breaks in practice. When it's 5-on-5, it's literally 5-on-5, and there's no sense in looking around and finding out who's going to come in and give you a break during practice because there isn't anyone. And but we've shortened practices up and do the things that you have to do like that, and we have to be mindful of their legs. But it's not. Our guys are in unbelievably good condition. So our strength coach Gary Christopher has done a great job of preparing these guys and getting them ready for the season, and so I would say that I mean fatigue, other than maybe a day after a game once or twice this season, really hasn't entered into the picture too much for our guys. So we're just doing the best we can.
And if you would elaborate a little on Damian Jones and Luke Cornett and what they've, how they're progressing.
They're coming along pretty well from my eyes, and they both bring very different things to the table, and so it's they're both great to work with because they're eager learners and they're smart kids, and they're both talented in their own respects. And right now, the only thing you can really say that negative about them is just kind of their lack of experience. What they don't know, they don't know, and so it's just going to take reps and opportunity and game experience for those guys to learn the things that they need to know. But we've been very, very pleased with them.
Thanks.
Next question is from Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Great, thank you.
I know the big theme of questions, I guess, at Media Day was, is the conference going to be better this year? I don't know how much you've been able to see of the other teams or looked at records or results or whatever, but do you have a take on that right now after preseason?
Bob, I really don't. I probably should, but I don't. I have not seen, other than if I happen to see a highlight or a clip or whatever. The only league team that I've seen play is Alabama, and that's just been on film. And I did look at the records about, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I don't remember what they were then, and I certainly don't know what they are now. So I know what our record is, but so I really don't have a feel for that. I just I'll stick with what I said early in the season, and I think that our league is going to have a good year, and I know for us, speaking for us, there were some. We felt like maybe there was a game or two that we left out there that we could have won in the non-conference that we didn't, and I'm going to guess that most people feel that way because there's probably a game or two that we could have lost that we didn't. So, but I haven't seen enough of what everybody else has done, and I don't have any idea what anybody's record is other than our own. So I really can't tell you.
And I'm sure you haven't studied much of any of Arkansas because you don't play them for a while. But generally speaking, they're leading the league in scoring, I think, at about 88 points a game. They don't have anybody averaging over 15. They've got real good balance so far. Just generally speaking, what do you think that says about a team when, as a team, they're scoring a lot, but they're spreading it around pretty good?
I think that's awesome. I love to have teams like that. I love to have teams where you've got multiple offensive weapons and you average a ton of points and you have great balance because it makes it so much more difficult for other teams to defend. And if one guy has an off night, you still have 3 or 4 or 5 guys that are very capable of picking you up on that given night. And that's a great situation to have, in my opinion.
Thanks.
Next up is Larry Votts of the Danville Advocate-Messenger.
Yeah, good morning, Kevin. You talked about that your defense had got a little better. In what ways has that improved, and in what ways do you still think it needs to get better?
Well, I just feel like our, everything about it has gotten a little better. We're getting to our spots better. We're playing with better angles, and we're we're defending the ball better, and we're doing a little better job in the post, and so I think just sort of the entirety of it has been better. Our 3-point defense, knock on wood, has been pretty solid, and we haven't been a great foul shooting team so far, but fortunately our free throw defense has been good. So we've caused other people to miss at the foul line when they shoot them. So that's a little bit of a joke, but anyway, we just feel like we've gotten better overall, and I don't know that it's any one specific thing as much as it is just been an overall. Maybe our effort level's gotten a little better, but again, our defense has grown since the beginning of the season, which you would expect it to. You need it to, and it should. But we feel like it's gotten better for us.